This series of videos I call Understanding Pinball. I filmed these over 20 years ago, in 1989, and I show you on each game that it's more than just flipping the flippers. There's actually a really neat set of rules on how to play each game. I hope you enjoy them.
This is Stern's Orbitor 1. Very desirable pinball in the collector market. Let's start here on the head. Rather than the standard plexiglass or glass that other companies were using, we put a bubble in this one. And this highlighted the three-dimensional artwork in the background. The letters up here, the planet, which is the about 2.5 inches deep, and then the smaller planet here. This was Stern's next to the last game before they went out of business. But we're going to show you what makes this so desirable in the collector market. The playfield of the Orbitor game is, as you can see, certainly not flat. It's filled with lots of curves and ridges, which gives the ball an illusion that there's a magnet under the playfield dragging it all over, as you will see. There is no magnet. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you, before we go any further, the intricate structure of the building of the playfield from underneath. Here's the playfield in the service mode. As you can see, it has a plywood bottom, and the metal straps hold the playfield up with a fluorescent tube lighting the entire base. As a matter of fact, the craters and things make me sort of think that I'm on the outside of a movie set for a moon movie or a moon picture. The lights that you see blinking are the computer-controlled lights. This is probably the only game made that has no general illumination on the playfield by the standard 44 bulbs, but it's all done with the 30-watt fluorescent tube. The balls are launched here. It's a multi-ball game, and it comes up this chute onto the playfield. What's very unique also about this playfield is that it has these scoring bumpers here. These motors are turning a post on the top of the playfield, a rubber post. When the game is on, these are spinning at a set speed, and it goes through this optic wheel. If the ball bumps into the rubber post, it slows the motor down slightly, and that's when the optic wheel here figures that it's been hit, and you score 1,000 points. Each post makes a different noise, but they both score 1,000. Here's the original checkout sheet that's on the playfield. It's marked May 5th, 82. This is a 7-digit scoring game, but you'll notice on the credit window here that on the far left it says time on one ball. That number is at 124 during game over mode. Notice this indicator here says most time on one ball, and currently that's 124. Each ball is timed in seconds, and if you can keep the ball on the playfield longer than that high time to date, you'll win a special. The game also has a feature where you can adjust the last ball, that if you don't get a minimum of 60, 90 seconds, 80 seconds, whatever you adjust the switches at, the game will let you have the ball back as a bonus ball. Gottlieb and William followed this up later years as a last chance ball. And yet here's another feature, the 100th game special. Every 100th game, you guessed it, free game. That of course was adjustable, you could turn that feature off. But if you did win, the computer voice would announce it very loudly. I think it's time to get the game started. Notice where the shooter is. Halfway down on the shooter lane, because of course, as you can see, there is no shooter lane. This flashing light though alerts you that a ball is waiting. And if you shoot this ball just right, and hard enough, you will lock the ball up in the top left corner, and the game will give you a second ball. Let's release that ball up into the playfield at the top. When the ball bounces on these spinning discs, every time it hits, you score 1,000 points. As it slows down the spinning rubber, it shoots it off in yet another direction. This one makes a different noise. But they both score 1,000 points each time. Each time this switch here is hit, it lights this spinner for an extra 3,000 points. There's once, twice, and 3 times. And of course, a good shot through that will score quite a bit. There are only 4 rubbers that actually score points. That is the switch behind the elongated rubber here. This one here, that one over in the corner, each score 1,000 points. And the 2 in between the flippers are the 10-point scores. There are no kickers in these. However, right over here, on each side, if the ball rolls behind your flippers, you will spot a target up top. If you get all the targets down in Orbiter, I was in the multi-ball. You can capture the ball back again now, and you're back to 1-ball play. The bonus multiplier is right here in the center of the playfield. As you can see, I'm on 1 times. If you get all the lights lit, you can go up to 15 times your bonus. Now to advance the multiplier, you must get down all 3 targets there, or all 3 targets here. Now notice over here we have 2 targets down and the lights are now lit. Hit the 3rd one down, and then lit again. You get 4,000 points each time you hit a lit target. Now I'm up to 3 times my bonus. The same is true over here. Every time you do that, you also spot a letter in the back where it says Orbitor. You can also advance your bonus by hitting the yellow targets behind these blue targets. If you hit O, B, T, and R, you will advance the multiplier. You'll also advance it if you hit R, I, and O. Now here's an interesting feature. I'm up to 5 times my bonus. The extra ball light is now lit right here. This is what I have to do. First of all, I have to get this target down. I have to hit that target in 1 shot by first going through the spinner. If I can go through the spinner and come up this lane, these lights here are flashing in the order to indicate it. So you see them underneath the playfield. They're following the lane, and hit that, I will get the extra ball. Let's see. I got it. The second light in between the flippers is the usual location. If you get your bonus multiplier up to 7 times, now I've got my bonus up to 8 multiplier, and you'll notice that the lane is now flashing fast and the special light's on. And once again, to get that special, that R target has to be down, and I have to roll through this, and at the same time, and I got my special. This right target bank also has another special that I have lit right now. That will light whenever you spell Orbitor and the lights are on at the top. Now remember, this game has a memory. If you have certain targets down, like so, and you lose your ball, the bottom, when the game resets, after counting up your bonus, it'll drop those targets down and leave you exactly where you left off. And notice my special is still lit. Just getting that center target will get it. Notice the ball timer is moving on. As you can see, that clicks up the seconds as you play and score. You might think the clever pinball player would hold the flipper up at the bottom and hold the ball right there while it rang up a free game. Sure enough, you could sure do that. The game is set up for that. However, if you hold the flipper in the up position for more than 3 seconds, the counter stops automatically. There's a switch built into both flippers at the end of stroke, and it will disable the timing mechanism so no one can score a free game this way. There's no lane change though. As soon as you start scoring again, the number starts to count. Playing this game with the overhead lights off, of course, is completely different. The lighting underneath the playfield is extremely effective in creating that three-dimensional illusion. My bonus multipliers up to 5 times right now, and I'm shooting my extra ball. So much for that. We'll get the next ball from another perspective. From this angle, you'll be able to see how the ball rolls around the flippers. We'll stand at the other end of the playfield pretty well. You get some flipper shots that you never can get with a regular pinball. My bonus is still at 5 times. Oh, ah. Now, what I've done here is I've cheated a bit. And I have both my extra ball and my special lid at the top. There's 2 sets of lights that are moving. They're both coming from the spinner. If that starts to spin, notice the extra ball and the special will start to flash. As long as they're flashing, I have that amount of time to hit those targets. Let's see if I have any luck. Now they got a multi-ball going. Nope, there she goes. Back to 1. I got 1 special. All I have to do is hit the center target in the right lower bank, and that will win me a free game. There's that target spin, that spinner, but nope. I got 10 times my bonus. It's counting out now. Last ball. It usually always locks that ball up too, whenever you have the captive hole at the top empty. Got it. There's 1 special.
You beat high score to 8. You are a great player.
Well, I guess it doesn't hurt to cheat a little bit.